MyEducator has a directory for every single class that is used to store images. And it allows you to upload images and then insert them into the text of the DocBook. I'm going to show how this is accomplished. First off, you need to have a paragraph that an image gets associated with, because between the paragraphs there really is nothing for it to attach the image to. So for example, here, if I go in and try to insert an image, it will tell me that there was no node found. So it has to do it with a node. But if you go to the end of a node, for example, and then try to insert image, it will let you. Now these are just two images, example images that I uploaded to the folder before I started this demo. You can upload additional images here and select files and so forth, and put your images up in there. These are the images that I've already done. Okay, so once those images are up there and they're here, then what you can do is you can select an image, and then you can come down and you get to choose between inserting a formal image or inserting an informal image. Formal images have captions, and so if you want to have a caption that includes perhaps a figure number and a title underneath it, then this is what you select. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a caption under this the first time. This is where you put the title in, and this is only relevant in terms of doing formal figures. So and then hit insert as formal figure. So there it is. Now this is the very first image that I put inside this specific chapter, and it automatically gave me the first number 20. So we're in chapter 25. So it automatically gave me the first integer there. So I have 25.1, and then here is the prose. Looks like you can go in here, you can see that this is in the, there's the title, that it's related to this figure, and so you can actually go in and edit it. So what I put in as a caption ended up here in this titled tag, and so that's how that worked. Now let's add an informal image, one that does not have a caption underneath it. So we'll put the next one in where he's actually chewing on a cigar. So there again, we'll insert image, grab the cigar image, select insert informal image, and there it is without a title or an image number. So that's how you insert images. And so now that we have this, we could go in and just kind of clean the indenting and things up like that. I'm not going to take time to do that. So let's have a look at the code behind here. So I went in off camera basically and just, I'm a little Mr. Monkish here, went through and kind of cleaned up the indenting. Here you can see here's this folder that is our images folder and our file reference. Then here's the file name. And as it does, MyEducator automatically came up with IDs for the image objects and so forth, and the figure IDs and so forth like that, since everything needs an ID. If you don't put one in, MyEducator puts one in for you. Now I could just copy this down and then insert an image through code too if I wanted to, assuming the images really was in my MyEducator images folder. One thing I would need to sort of be aware of, anytime you copy some code and down to, if I were to copy this down or I wanted to put a third figure in there, then I need to get rid of these IDs. The easiest way to do it would, well, let's just do it. We won't do it with a paragraph. So if I copy this down, obviously all of these figures, all of these ID numbers rather, are going to be, in fact, let's try it. If I submit it now, it's going to balk and it's going to say we've got duplicate IDs. Well, of course we do, because we did not change those figures. So the easy way to do that then, if we want to do that, is we can copy it down, just get rid of the IDs. So if I wanted to copy this down, then I can just delete the IDs and let it generate new ones, so I don't have to, come up with unique IDs. And here's another one right here. So I had to go in and just get rid of those IDs. I didn't change the reference to the image. So now when I submit it, it will do it. And now we've got that picture in there twice. And if we go ahead and look at it here, it made up new IDs. So here's a different ID than was up above it. So here's the informal ID of the first one, and here's what it came up with when it generated the second one. Well, I'm going to delete that. I can either delete it through the code, or I can just delete it right here. No need to have a dupe in there, so I can just delete it here, remove the item, and it will just disappear. And so that's an example of basically what the code looks like behind things and how that works.